Oh, yeah, someone said that. Okay, lovely. Yes, thank you so much. Thank you so much for your response. Great. I think I'm pretty excited about today's webinar because, okay, I'm going to talk about ACP, and this has been kind of relaunched, or not kind of, it is relaunched by PMI. And now, what is this ACP all about? How it is different from the earlier one? Why they have relaunched this ACP? What's the reason? What you have? What is there for you guys? We are going to talk a lot about this today. So I have a big agenda. Okay, I'm not too sure how much I will cover, but I will also be very keen to have a question and answer session with all of you. Yeah. So I would be looking forward to that as well. Right. So I am going to, this is my a little bit about me. I love doing project management, and no, I was actually doing disciplined agile and was one of the big evangelists. And disciplined agile has a strong connection with PMI ACP. So we will learn about that as well. Right. So this is something which I'm going to talk about. Okay, a lot of items about what is PMI agility, how ACP is different, what is the syllabus of PMI ACP, what's the benefits, what's there for you, what is you are going to do with it, who are eligible, who should do it. All these things I'm going to cover in this webinar. Please free to ask any questions in your question and answer panel. I will have a look at that. Okay, if you have a question, you can interrupt me any point of time. Okay, guys, thank you for joining. There are some more who are joining. I hope you get the benefits of this webinar, right? So Agile as a certification, or as a concept you can call, is dated back to 2001 with Agile Manifesto. So, there is a popular 17 guys went to a resort and made the Agile Manifesto. And then out of this, two guys started the Scrum Alliance. Okay, it went very well. Then it got broken up. They got into Scrum Professional, or all of it. But in the year 2010 to 12, there was a lot of activity on agility. So in 2012, PMI launched PMI ACP as a certification in the agile space. At the same time, independently, disciplined agile was launched as a toolkit, okay, in the same year legally, but it started in 2009-10 as part of the IBM, right? 2019, okay, two milestones. Okay, PMI reaches 50,000 ACP, not a great number given the PMI muscle power. Okay, but still a great by the volume given this, okay, a certification. And in 2019, PMI changes its direction and acquires disciplined agile as a specific certification in their agility space, because agile is going up and is going to be in reckoning in the coming years. So PMI sees this and they think that they should have a certification as their go-to certification. So disciplined agile comes into play in 2019, but they do not discontinue ACP, and they make ACP as a part of the disciplined agile journey and position it as equivalent to a disciplined agile senior scrum master. So disciplined agile has three levels. One is the beginner level, which is the disciplined agile scrum master. Second level, the intermediate level, disciplined agile senior scrum master, and the third level is the disciplined agile coach. And they introduced another from the original, the master level is disciplined agile value stream consulting. And they say that the ACP is the intermediate level, okay, in line with the senior scrum master, right? So a lot of churn, a lot of things happening in PMI, leadership getting changed. PMI is thinking about PMI next. And they decide, okay, to reposition the certifications, right? Because they think, okay, the agile world is changing. And in the agile world, a specific certification or a prescriptive methodology will not work. You need a certification which cuts across every other certification. It should be a tailored certification, a more knowledge oriented certification rather than a specific way of working. Lot of these certifications in the agile market are the specific way of working, and PMI or agile experts believe that okay, a specific way of working is limited for a certain time. You need to continuously improve. So rather than having a specific way of working, you cut across having different ways of working, which is disciplined agile, which has a little flavor in the original ACP as well. So they decide that ACP comes into their agile retail market, and disciplined agile, okay, gets into the business offering. So they're going to start a business offerings of discipline. No, no, the first. So they're going to actually target organizations. Till now, PMI was targeting individuals, not really organizations. And with disciplined agile, and they will be targeting organizations with leadership workshops. So that is going to be exciting. That is also going to test the waters in the B2B segment, which is a huge segment. So that's their idea. So in 2025, I think Q2 or Q3, you will see a renewed focus here. So this is going to be damn important for PMI to play in the agile market. Mind you, they have also launched PMP with the agile questions. But I don't see, and many others do not see PMP as an agile certification. Okay, I don't have a kind of an idea is if someone is trying to position PMP across as a project management certification, including agility. I doubt that, because I think PMI needs to have a specialized agile certification, and perhaps they are trying to achieve that with PMI ACP. Right? So, like I said, okay, PMI is going to focus. Till now, it was on individual excellence focus through certifications. And they are going to introduce organizational excellence as well with leadership work. So the master levels of disciplined agile are going to get combined into a single certification as a leadership workshop about having different ways of working to make the organization more effective. And that's what is all agility all about, right? So PMI is going to offer a foundation course, which can be an e-learning or instructor-led. Then they are offering an individual excellence, okay, which is PMI-ACP, and an organizational excellence, which is the leadership workshop, which is basically the DAC and DVAC, which is, I love the content of DAC and DVAC. So we did numerous workshops on disciplined agile. And I really love that. And that's going to be ProThoughts' strong point as well, because we have dabbled so much into agility, and we are going to leverage disciplined agile in a big way, because the new syllabus of ACP is going to be on the senior scrum master kind of a material, and that aspects will be taken into consideration. Right? So what is, when I'm saying that how PMI is playing the game is they are going to offer certification right from a person entering the corporate world till he goes in the management or the top management world. So you have the CAPM, which targets the freshers who want to make a career in the project management, and then okay, incidentally, the PMP comes with a little more experienced people. They have found out that goes into okay, a 30 to 35 age bracket, more than 7-8 years of experience, whereas the ACP would be targeted between 5 to okay 15 years or something. Okay, so that's where is the no target audience. I'll tell you, it goes beyond as well, but okay, sweet spot would be that, right? And they have clearly positioned PMP as the gold standard for project management, and they will do a lot of things that will be their bread and butter. Okay, many employers today recognize PMP as a gold standard. Okay, it tells you the core of project management, a comprehensive understanding, as the PMI calls it, of project management. Okay, all this certification, I believe, should be domain agnostic and geography agnostic. So basically applies to each and every domain. We are not going to call project management in IT or a construction. It can be everywhere you can use this practice. We do not call it best practice, we call it proven practice. Right? ACP is all about agile and agility. It will give you a comprehensive understanding as per the PMP about what can be the different tools and techniques, what are the different principles, practices, and how you can have a different ways of working to apply agility. Right? So it can be used across the spectrum from a fresher till a coach, right? Whereas disciplined agile would be more focused on the organizations to make them more effective by reducing the waste. Okay, waste can be dependencies between the teams, waste can be any waste. Okay, the more feedbacks that you get, the delivery time to your customer, how I can actually apply agility across organizations, transformations from traditional to agility, okay, scaling of agility across the organizations. So disciplined agile will have a lot of consulting flavor coming into place. Yeah. If you see the agile certifications in the global market, okay, right? So it has been mainly dominated by the CSM certification, which is given by the Scrum Alliance. It is the oldest certification right from 2001. Like I said, just after the manifesto, right? It focused on this prescriptory Scrum practice, right? So it is, according to me, very easy to adopt because it's prescriptory in nature. Similarly, around the time of 2010 and 12, SAFE came. I think SAFE is a little more preferred by a lot of organizations. Okay, it's also a prescriptory framework. Okay, out scaling across the organizations, across different practices. The CSPO, the professional Scrum Master, are offshoots of, according to me, of CSMs. Okay, more or less, okay, similar to the CSMs. Of course, PO is a product owner, but it has the flavor of that. Okay. And I see Agile focuses on the coaching framework, right? So these are the different certifications which are little focused, whereas ACP is a little broader. Okay, it is applies basically. When I say broader, it can be applied across different spectrums, different industries, and it offers, okay, different ways of working to be applied in different situations. So it doesn't restrict you to know 5 ceremonies or 5 ways of working. It tells you that what is agility, how you can apply agile across different situations, how you can become agile, and that's the need of the hour today. So there has been in the ACP a great focus on developing an agile mindset, which I think is very necessary, is the fulcrum, is the crux of implementing agile. Without the agile mindset, you are doing agile in name only. And I've seen multiple examples where they do 5 ceremonies, but the mindset is very, very traditional. So if you are doing agile, do it in the proper way. And for that, you need to have the way a agilist can think. Okay, a agile person can think is very important. So rightly, 25%, 1/4. Okay, there are four. I will show you the syllabus, but a significant portion is given to develop the agile mindset. Right. So ACP, okay, and they rightly use flexibility and adaptability and authority. Okay, nice words, nice packaging. I love the way PMI packages it. Okay, but like I said, it is giving you a flavor across different practices and methodology. It is giving you a foundation of an agile mindset, right? So it is kind of the knowledge itself is pretty broad. Okay, and it helps you to apply across different industries, right? So I have a different slide on why PMI-ACP, but one of the things of why you do a certification, and no, I have been in the certification market as a company for more than 10 years, but before that also I was doing this, involved with this, and I had known that many people do certifications uh, to get recognition, and getting a recognition from PMI is valued across a lot of employers, right? Besides this is a completely new material compared to all the competitions. So this is going to be a hugely relevant material for today's age. And it gives you a team-centric approach, okay, to collaborate and apply agility across the different industries, different teams, different setups. So I think it's a good, compelling narrative by PMI on why PMI-ACP, right? So I just covered this in the previous slide. Okay, it talks about the same thing that we have, right? Uh, so this is also more or less the same idea that we have. But the point I would like to do here is, okay, the one which many people want to do. Okay, it validates high career performance and it develops the mindset and the knowledge to give high impactful outputs. So this is one of the reasons why it is done. This is one of the slides I taken from PMI. No, who can do PMI-ACP? Okay, I think people who according to me, okay, out of all the people, okay, it covers the entire spectrum of people, right from 1 year to across the things, okay, which is good, okay. But I think people who are practicing agile, who have started with agile, or who want to go into the agility space, I think are good candidates for this PMI-ACP. Also, I believe people who had done the PMP certification, okay, PMI-ACP is a natural progression to increase their horizon as the world is changing in project management to acquire a certification. So if you are a project practitioner, okay, who has recognized for and delivering excellence in project management by acquiring PMP, I think PMI-ACP would be a great certification to expand your horizon and increase your knowledge base and cultivate the project management practices, right? And the people who are entering, okay, into the agile world, okay, people who have just started with agile, I think for them it will be great. Although PMI is trying to cover a lot of things like coaches and consultants as well for up-to-date knowledge on things. So this is your PMI-ACP. So it applies to across all. I will give you who can actually take the exam as well. Now, this is, of course, I can't validate. I've taken this from PMI, but PMI claims that 86% of PMI ACP certification holder qualified for new opportunities. I actually wrote a mail to PMI asking them how you can validate that. Well, my response was that it's done on a survey. Okay, I didn't get the source of survey, but this facts are on the PMI website, so I can actually quote on the PMI .org website. Okay, right. So these are some of the stats. So how true, how valid, I don't know. But PMI is going to heavily invest in PMI-ACP and in the agility certifications. Okay, superb. Okay, this is a feedback, okay, from someone who had taken the ACP. Okay, it empowers practitioners to elevate company teams and projects towards success. A big statement, but it helps you to understand agility across multiple frameworks. I think that's a good takeaway. I think tomorrow's world, according to me, would be more flexible in the way they operate. It will not be confined to a single method. It reaches a plateau when you are using a single practice or a method. And I think, okay, currently Agile has more than 200 practices which are documented. Okay, so now agility and agile will always find new ways to improve the way you are working, right? It will not be confined to a single way of working. And as a professional, I think you should be, or as a practitioner of agility, you should be open to the various ways that happens in agility. So if you are becoming a coach, one of the fundamental competency of coach is to know a lot of agile and lean practices. That's one of the fundamental things. It has, so if you Atkins coach competency, if you see, it has different, 6, 7 competencies. Um, no, to be precise, 8 competencies. A big portion is knowing a lot of agile and lean practices. I think that's the way to become a master of agile profession. That's your journey if you want to see excellence even in project management. Forget agile. As a project management professional, also you need to go from your journey from knowing the basics of project management, which is like, for example, in a PMP or a CAPM, and expand your horizon into the agility framework, because tomorrow's world will be about agility. So this is your, okay, no, the PMI ACP. Okay. So this statement about PMI ACP, it validates the individual knowledge on what they know about the principles and practices. Okay, I think that's a good way to define the PMI-ACP. It doesn't confine to a single practice, but has a knowledge across the different contexts, different methods, okay, how you can arrive at different ways of working. It gives you conceptual understanding about the different, okay, concepts in agility, and it helps you to develop the agile mindset. So I think that's a good enough. So it's something which, tells you what you are doing, it makes you understand is it good, and tells you what you should not be doing as well. Okay, so I think it becomes a great foundation if you are want to soar into agility. Okay, agile is not only for people who are doing projects. Agile is a way of thinking, a way of life. Everyone in the organization, according to me, should be agile. It should not be confined to a implementation team only or a project team. I think anyone from marketing or finance also should have this agile mindset. It will really help if people across the organizations knows about agile. This will help you to implement agility in the organization. Right? Okay. I will tell you about eligibility later in the slide. Okay. So if you happen to do this PMI ACP course, you get a PMI material, which is a student manual. Okay. You get, okay, no, end of chapter knowledge check like a quiz. Okay. You get a case study, which will actually go through, the different example. This is done in disciplined agile as well as in PMP, and you get an exam practice test from PMI, okay, for 120 questions. So ProThoughts has started with two more practice tests that you will get. Okay, I will tell you what ProThoughts also provides. Okay, ProThoughts mock test in disciplined agile has got a great feedback. So we will actually use two more mock tests besides the PMI mock test. So that's something we'll build on the top of it, and over a period of time might we will add one or two more. Okay, but this is for the starters that we will be happening. Okay, now coming to the real specifics, okay, that I wanted to tell you on this. Okay, the PMI syllabus is broadly divided into four domains. Like I said, the mindset domain gets the highest percentage of items on the test, right? The leadership domain gets the 25%, okay, and the product and delivery. There is, on the PMI website, you get uh, the exam content outline, we call it ECO, okay, which have specific tasks against each domain, what are they are covering, etc. Right? But the delivery and the mindset is one of the top ones. Everyone is very equal in that sense. These are the four domains on which the exam comes. Right? So PMI is encouraging everyone to opt for PMI ACP. So if you have a PMP certification, like I said, they're encouraging people who hold PMP to do the PMI ACP. Okay. So you are instantly eligible for the PMI ACP, or you have 1 year experience, or you hold any safe scrum, any other certification more than 1 year ago, you become that. Okay. Okay. So this is your, okay, eligibility criteria. right? The PMI-ACP certification is for 28 hours of formal training, which will be the instructor-led training, okay, for the the students, right? So till March, 21 hours will be accepted, okay, till 31st March 2025, right? So I think many should take advantage of that, because 28 hours, according to me, it's a little stretched of doing things. Okay, so that's how it is. The the exam questions would be 120. Out of that, you will be scored on 100 questions. There will be 3 hours of PMI ACP exam. Yeah. You keep the questions and answers ready so that you can uh, ask the question. I'm going to give you 15 minutes at least, okay, to have your questions after this webinar, right? So I will probably stop around 8:45, and you can have your questions ready for me to ask, right? Okay. I'm going to give you a glimpse of what is covered into the PMI ACP material, right? So these are the different tools and techniques that is covered in the PMI ACP. Some of them are also done in the previous ACP syllabus as well, right? So you will see metrics, okay, which was there earlier, but it's in a little better format right now. Okay. No. So it talks about different ways, different tools, different techniques to bring about agility. It goes across Scrum and Agile and Lean frameworks, right? So these are some, my idea is not to go into each and everything here, but I wanted to give you a sense why PMI-ACP, what is there in PMI-ACP, how the PMI-ACP is done, right? Okay. So a lot of things, almost 760, 50 to 60% is whatever was covered originally. They have reworded it, categorized it, classified into 4 domains. But if you see, there are a lot of things which are new as well. Okay. Right. Uh, I think this is something which we at ProThoughts take a lot of pride. Okay. I think it's a lot of huge content. And I think given the busy schedules of everyone, there should be, as an instructor and as an organization, add value to your certification in cracking the PMI-ACP exam. So what we do is help you to understand the material in a greater depth. So one is the PMI, which is the primary material, but we add a lot of secondary material. For example, in PMP, we have 30 different material sets, right? So here we are going to have, okay, different materials to help you understand that we are effectively going to leverage disciplined agile, because we have worked so hard on that. We are going to use a lot of things from disciplined agile, and that's going to be a plus point for us because we understand disciplined agile. There's a lot of DASSM content thrown into ACP, and that's where we can reuse some of the material for ACP as well, right? So we will actually give you different study tools. Our flashcards are known across the world now. We start with PMP. We are used in disciplined agile, even in PGMP, program management. We are using now the flashcard mind maps in ACP as well. We are going to give you 2 exam strategies. We are going to give you 2 exam practice sessions, sorry, and new exam strategies. Okay. And definitely leverage the agile expertise that we have for PMICP, because agile is a concept. Okay. and it should change the way you think. Okay, Agile is not about rote learning or practicing different techniques. Unless you understand what is agility, it's very hard to practice agility. And that's where I think we will, as a ProThoughts instructors and company, will add that differentiator to you, right? I think what is not written here is the post-training support. ProThoughts has been very active in agility with PMI. We were one of the top 3 worldwide for evangelizing agility for PMI, including disciplined agile. And therefore, we want to evangelize PMI ACP as well. So after your workshop, whatever the support you need from the application till any queries. Okay, we do a support session, support query resolutions free of charge as a part of our group. So our instructors will be always with you. Our support staff will always be with you to help you in your journey to become PMI ACP certified, right? So these are the things. Okay, this is a old diagram. I had not changed. Okay, this of different certifications. But I think the PMI-ACP sits somewhere like this here. It is a little more knowledgeable, more on expertise, and no more effective in the organization. It sits somewhere along the space of the DASSM. And rightly, PMI is replacing DASSM later with ACP. So that's how their go-to strategy would be. Yeah. Okay. Right. I would also encourage you, okay, to join our Disciplined Agile Certification Prep Group. We are going to rename that as Agile Certification Prep Group. Okay. And the link is here. I will actually put the link for you guys in the chat window after we end the session. Okay. Okay. So I have also have the no the exam the PDU code, which I will share with you post our questions and answers. So I will happy to share that. I'm just giving you the link to the Agile certification prep group. Okay, here you go. So I'm giving you a link to the certification prep group. Okay, if you kind of enroll for this group, okay, you will get more updates on the PMI SCP and the agility of PMI. We publish a lot of blogs and materials on that as well. Right? Okay. Happy to have your questions and answers. So please type in the question and answer panel, and happy to have the question and answers with you. Okay. Someone has asked me a very good question. Just share some example of kind of case studies and the depth of those which will be covered in the training. I don't know how I will be able to do that. Okay, so there will be a case study from PMI. So the PMI case study gives you different scenarios for you to test. So one would be, for example, okay, you are given a situation where you need to reduce the time of delivery, and you will be given a challenge where the team is not really focused on their work, their velocity is very high. So how they would reduce the time of delivery? So you will actually apply some of the concepts of agility to reduce the time of delivery, maybe reduce waste, use a different life cycle to do agile. So that kind of situational things will be there in the case study. Okay, we primarily use the PMI case study, but we do a lot of exercise and activities, okay, on agile things, like to develop a mindset. So we'll be having a little questions, some quizzes. We will also give you a situational way of working. So that's how we try to do that. So unless you experience it, I don't think I would be able to make you understand on the case study. Maybe I can give you a reference who has experienced our things, and he can give you a better idea. The depth of the case study, I think it's like, it's not really complex, but it's not really simple. It makes you think, it makes you help you idea of the case study is to synthesize the understanding, evaluation, the different options, and just strengthen your concept which you have learned in that lesson. That would be my idea of doing that. I hope I answer your question. Yeah, Sachin is asking, as I understand, PMI-ACP application is stringent and complex. Does ProThoughts help in that? Like I said, Sachin, okay, uh, ProThoughts is not only for training. They are your hand holders in your journey till you get your PMI-ACP. So we will actually help you in the PMI-ACP application to review your application. I don't think, however, it's a stringent application, but because there are not so much criteria, and it's basically allowing everyone to take the ACP. But having said that, not only the application, but anything that you require, we'll happy to help you in the process. The application, however, the onus is on you as a participant candidate to write the application. Right? Okay. Okay. Already for PMI ACP in October, so I'm taking the exam in December or Jan. Will it be based on old or new syllabus? New syllabus, sir. It will be on the new syllabus. I would encourage you to take the new syllabus. Okay. The new syllabus is drastically different from the old syllabus. Okay, this is a good question. Okay, again by anonymous attendee, but I would say I have observed that the PMP concept seems a little bookish, which are difficult to apply at times in real world. Would there be a change in approach for PMI ACP? Okay. So I think there are certain things which you can definitely apply in from PMP. When I did PMP, I tried to implement a lot of things. Of course, the real world would have different dynamics, which prevents you from application of that tools or techniques, like making a plan and following a plan may not be a clear way, because not everyone follows the plan, and therefore probably that will not happen. But I see, okay, a lot of applications based things are there in PMP, because I have done it myself, so I can vouch for that. PMI-ACP is more on a conceptual basis. It is not a prescriptory method. So it's not like Scrum, which says that, okay, you do first, okay, one ceremony, then after this, you do the second, then you do demo, then you retrospective. It's not like that. Okay, so it's a little open-ended. So if you take the initiative, but it is all application based as well. It gives you an idea about the different methods you practice. So I think you should be a self-initiative taker for PMP and ACP, or both, according to me, are application-based, okay, which you can apply in your real world. I think that is the basis of certificate. It's not theory intervenes your pragmatic experience. That's why theory is important. But I think the differentiator in PMI certification is all are application-based as well if you start applying. So a little bit of initiative taker should be there. We can have a discussion. I can give you a lot of examples on that. Right. Sachin again is asking, I have done my PMP in 2010 and currently not in good standing. Do I need to be good standing for qualifying? Yes. So you have a lot of experience, by the way. Okay. So I said eligibility one is PMP. It's not only the eligibility criteria is PMP. One of the criterias to be eligible for PMI-ACP is that you need to be a PMP certified. I think it's an active PMP certified, not a suspended or inactive PMP certificate. So, but there are other criterias like experience, 2 years experience in Agile, or if you have a third party, okay, Agile certification, that will also work. Okay, so given your experience, like you've done in 2010, I think you are fairly experienced. I don't think should be a problem, but you can send your resume to our support team. We will do a evaluation and help you with that. Okay, moving to the next. Are there major changes in the syllabus from old to new? So, okay, there has been a fairly okay. So when you look at a broad outline, I would not say a major change, but when you go detail out, the way they have packaged it, the way the questions will be asked, way the things, because Agile will be the Agile way, that I think it is significantly changed, repackaged, new things have been added into that. Okay. Although I still need to go into more details to correctly answer your question, Atul. Yeah. I hope I'm answering. If you think that no, my answers requires another question, please put that. Okay. Okay, I'm going to launch a poll as well. So, okay, while I'm answering the question, if you can give your feedback about the poll, because we try to give information about the certification. We try to give information what's happening in the PMI world. So I know the idea is to disseminate information, spread the knowledge information so that you guys get going on this. Please give your feedback, please. Any questions in the meanwhile? Put it across. Okay. I had completed a training on PMP from ProThoughts. Yes, of course. I told you, no, ProThoughts member gets always from ProThoughts additional discounts. You should tell me your name, then I will actually tell, no, or you can directly call your support team for that, or no, whoever you have been in touch with from ProThoughts. Please, everyone, please give your feedback, and I will also share the code for you guys, the PDU code, which I meant. Any questions? What is the cost of certification? The training cost, which cost, Sachin? The training cost, which cost, you tell me. So the PMI-ACP training cost, I told you, right? We are positioning for ProThoughts member at 21,900. Okay. And the PMI-ACP exam for India people, India, if you are based out of India, is $360 plus no, I think 109. So it is coming to 435, if I'm not wrong, the total cost. Okay. If you're already a member, okay, of PMI, if you have taken the PMP, and no, ProThoughts gives additional exam discounts as well on that 435. Okay, PMI also doesn't give that, but they incentivize premium partners like us to give additional discounts on the exam. Any questions? Okay, not everyone has filled who has attended. Okay, I'm sending you a PDU code, okay, as well. The PDU code, even you don't get it now, you will get it through an email if you are registered for the webinar or attended the webinar. Sorry. Okay, there is a question here. Ritika, I've given a list of items that course will cover. It has a lot of PMP related content as well that I do not need, as I already have PMP. Does it make a difference in fee or? Ritika, you can get in touch with our sales and support staff. but the I don't think there is a PMP related content. Okay, there can be overlaps, but having said that, whatever is the content, the training fees is for the number of hours, the certification fee is for the certification. So because you have this knowledge and therefore, no, suppose you have a third party certification like Scrum, but the Scrum is covered, that doesn't mean that you get discounts on that. But if you are a ProThoughts member or it's an introductory offer, we can give you a discount. Right. Okay. Sachin is asking, what is the validity of ACP and how do you keep in good standing? Okay. The validity of ACP is 3 years. How do you keep in good standing? Also is by earning PDUs, okay, in the 3 years. I think the PDUs are, I don't know, the 30 or 20 is there. How the PDUs can be earned, okay, by doing other certifications, or you can earn free PDUs as well by attending our webinars. Like today, I'm giving you one PDU free. So that way you attend and you, okay, don't have to pay for the PDUs. Okay, so that's how you do that. So like I'm sending you to all on the chat, the PDU code for the webinar. You can use that. You get an email as well for this. Anyone wants to fill the polls, that will help. Okay, I'm ending the poll then, otherwise. Okay, guys. Great. Okay. Nice questions. And if you think as an afterthought you get more questions, you can always reach out to me. No, okay. I will give you uh, my LinkedIn as well. We can get connected on LinkedIn. I will give you my LinkedIn profile on the chat. We can get connected on LinkedIn, and you can always have questions on LinkedIn, or you can reach out to our team as well for any questions you have. My attempt was to give as much information which is available currently. It's a very, it just started out. Okay. And we need to dissect a lot of things. In the next webinar, I'm going to talk more on the syllabus. So I just gave you a little introductory thing, but I think there was some question on, is the syllabus way different from PMP? It will be different, definitely way different. How it is similar, different from say other certifications, what is exactly covered. I gave you a glimpse of agile tools and techniques, but there can be other things that I want to address. Maybe I can have another webinar on PMI-ACP sooner than later. Right? Can you please share some info on the trainers? Okay. Why don't you drop an email to us and we will give you the trainer's profile. And we have a couple of trainers, including me. We will give you every profile about that, so that whatever your questions are, uh, just drop a mail about whatever needs you have, and we will happily answer that and give you all the details for your consideration. Okay, great. Guys, thank you so much then. Okay, it was lovely having you over. Thank you for joining the webinar, and any questions, we are there to help you.